Nice skis.
There we go. You like my skis?
I forgot I didn't brush my hair. And look at you looking all slick.
What's wrong with you?
We do not have enough time in the day.
Speaking of time in the day and the aura and the hotness that is Kathy Hart.
Is that what this is?
My wonderful friend. How'd your speed dating thing go?
Okay, don't be mad. I ended up not going.
Well, that was fast.
I know. So, oh my gosh, and it turned out to be okay. The weather was really bad. Like, I'm used to driving in Chicago snow. I can handle snow around here. However, I knew I was going to have a cocktail. And so, not that drinking and driving is okay, but I know myself. If I have one, I'm good. And there's no way I was going to go into that without, having a glass of vino. Anyway, the roads were really, really bad. I went to pick up my son that afternoon from school. I'm like, oh, this is not good. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to risk it. I'm a single mom. If anything happens to my car, anything happens to me, I was like, I can't risk it. However, and I don't know if I should admit this, but they emailed a picture the next day of the group.
I saw that picture.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad I didn't go.
Well, no, wait a second. That's the picture you sent me, right? I thought you did. There was one guy in that picture that caught my eye. Hey, the cowboy.
Yes, he had a cowboy hat. Now
that doesn't make him a cowboy, but he had a cowboy hat.
Around here, it typically does, because you don't wear a cowboy hat unless you're a cowboy, because people can just sense it. And he was dressed really nicely. Like, you commented on his suit, whatever his suit was. It was really impressive. But he had no gray hair, which means he's not my age. So this was dating for 40 plus. And I'm like, no way am I going for someone in their 40s. I went out with some friends last weekend. We did do a girls' night, and I showed them the picture, and they're like, what about this guy? And they pointed out the same one.
Same guy? Okay.
He's got to be in his 40s.
So
way. No way. I am not dating someone 10 years younger than me.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. My Bella Gina Marie is considerably younger than me. And unless we're on a beach in our bathing suits, is there really ever a chance to say, wow, man, what's that guy doing with that girl? But, but then she's smarter than most, and she's pretty intelligent, and I'm not. So we probably meld in the middle. I think age has been overrated sometimes. And I think women tend to worry about guys that are younger than them. Why? Who cares?
Here's exactly why. And you guys can't tell, because I've mentioned several times that I figured out on Zoom how to do a filter to just make me look soft.
How do you do that?
I forgot now.
My mom goes, oh, she's very photogenic.
My stepmom says the same thing about you. He's cute. So
if this thing with Gina doesn't work out, I'm heading west.
Yep. Anyway, wait, what were we talking about?
You're talking about the cowboy guy. Yeah.
Okay, because I know I should be more secure, but women are insecure when it comes to wrinkles, and I'm trying to avoid Botox and all that stuff. And you think about a guy 10 years younger that can get someone 10 years younger than him. So ultimately, he can get someone 20 years younger than me. And so I feel like I would be constantly battling that competition or worrying about that competition, where one day he's going to be like, yeah, that, ooh. He'll wake up and turn over and be like, ooh. And it'll be like, ooh, yeah, no.
Turn over and just say, yeah, baby, I don't feel like doing that. Let's just go to the Cracker Barrel. Now,
Oh,
I get it, and I think that at least for me, I think I try to keep myself in better shape than a normal old dude, because of that. Because I mean, my girl is spectacular, and I think that she needs somebody that at least tries to be as spectacular as she is, but she's kind of a little over the edge with it. But here's where I think you need to not worry about your stuff. I know you've got a filter that makes you look whatever, but look at your neck. See your neck? Your neck, that's the thing. No, don't do that. But women's necks, you can't fix necks. And you got a good neck.
I don't know. I think the filter's taking care of that too. But anyway,
Can't I just give
I don't
you a
know.
compliment?
So
Can't I just at least give you a compliment?
yes, you can. My mom always taught me, she's like, Kathy, learn how to accept a compliment. Just say thank you. Because I always have to say something.
That's okay.
That if women could learn that, I'm trying to teach my daughter to do that, to just accept, and even my son, just accept a compliment, say thank you, even if it makes you uncomfortable and think it's not true.
Yeah.
Accept the compliment.
So the dating thing didn't work out. So Valentine's Day, what do you do?
Somebody tried to talk me into going. And okay, first of all, I want to say that if I meet someone cool, but I don't want to sound like desperate. I want a companion, someone to go out with, hang out, do things. Montana is such a great place to do things year round, actually. And I dated a guy for a little over a year here, and I miss going out and doing stuff, trying restaurants, hiking, anyway. And I can do that myself or with a girlfriend, but I think it's better with a dude. So, if I meet someone cool, and it's nothing against people that go on dating apps, I'm not there yet. I just want it to happen naturally. So I thought, I do Pilates 3 times a week. And let me tell you what, if there's any guys watching that want to find a place to meet women, jackpot. First of all, you don't need to be physically fit really to do Pilates. It is a great exercise for people of any exercise skill.
And it's good because it stretches you out.
Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. The class is all women. I don't see any men. And I would say half of the women are single. And they're in pretty decent shape. And they are in certain positions that, yeah. Sorry, is that bad to say?
You're making me uncomfortable.
Sorry.
I'm going to have to report this to HR.
Anyway.
There is no HR here.
Thank God.
So Pilates is where I meet somebody. Okay.
Guys looking to meet women, and you can't be like creepoids. Like you have to be really into Pilates and the exercise, and you have to be physically fit. But
well, no, wait a second. You said you didn't have to be physically fit just a couple seconds ago.
You can't go for the sole intention of meeting women. Like go do Pilates, and yoga's another place. I think that it's a great place to meet women as long as you're not a creepoid, because women can sense that. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
They can sense it. What about women meeting men? Where are some good places to go?
Man, I don't know, Kathy. It's been a long time for me. After I got divorced, I just, it wasn't hard for me to find the Bella Gina Marie. But I will tell you this. I want to talk about something that happened to me in a grocery store. I want to save this for the end of the show, and you'll have to give me some leeway here. And I ask our viewers to do the same. And I don't know how to be politically, and not that I'm a big politically correct guy, but I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
Okay.
Because we have enough people like that in the world. But I'll talk about that coming up because it has to do with where you meet somebody.
Oh boy.
But I don't know. I find that you meet a lot of people, not unlike what you just talked about. I do a lot of runs, 5Ks, 10Ks, bike rides, charity events.
Okay.
And I will say this. If I was a single guy and I wanted to meet somebody in Chicago, I would go to every pet fundraiser event around, and you can win a woman's heart by letting her know how much you care about not only other people, but about pets. And I find that that's something that not only for a guy to find a woman, but, for a woman to find a guy with a big heart, somebody that cares about, things that can't take care of themselves. I think that's a huge place to go.
Yeah, you know what? Around here, a good place to go is dog parks because there's so many of them. And you can tell when I see a guy either approaching my dogs or other people's dogs or just other people, if they don't look at you and smile and say hi, I
Hit the
won't
road.
I won't even consider someone like that. Like I need someone that has to look you in the eye, smile and say hi, pet your dog, and that's not slang for anything. And just be nice, be kind. So
Can I
that's
can
a
I
big
pet your dog? Now, can I pet you? Uh-huh. It's weird. It's I don't, and this isn't just something for people in their 40s or 50s or I mean, my son at 24, all these kids are on dating apps. They're all he and but it's odd, and I don't know if it's because of the relationship I had with his mother, which my ex-wife and I we get along really good. He sees me be very attentive to her, very helpful. She's awesome. I mean, I love her. And I always will. She's the mother of my kids. So there's not like there's anything there that would keep him or would have impacted him. But I think that divorced kids have a hard time with relationships.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, I can relate. I certainly know the pain involved in that because yeah, maybe that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a
Hey,
lot of pain. I will tell
did
you this,
you?
what you're doing is the right thing because not
Yeah.
a lot of dads can treat the ex-wife in a respectful way based on their own hurt of what happened. So kudos to you for showing your kids that love to.
But on the other hand,
There's a but.
well, no, there is because that's a broad sweeping statement. I think that because my ex-wife is fair and good to me, we can treat each other that way because we know that there's three sides to every story:
Yeah.
his side, her side, and the truth.
Yeah.
But hey, I wanted to ask you because I know that when you start to meet somebody and you do all this and you learn about each other, you got to have a lot of things in common. And music is a big thing that goes into that because you're going to go to concerts and stuff, or hopefully you will. Did you see the Grammys the other night?
So I have difficulty watching the Grammys, because I'm getting older. I'm not watching pop music as much. I'm not familiar with it. And I sit there like, what? So I've become my parents. What is that? But I enjoyed watching Brandy Carlisle. I enjoyed Bonnie Raitt winning Song of the Year. Wow. That it even like stunned her because I think there were 10 nominees for Song of the Year. So seeing her win that and that song being a tribute not only to John Prine but people that die suddenly, which has become a hashtag, and how that affects and impacts people. Anyway, but what I enjoyed was just the freaking train wreck that it was. Did you see Ben Affleck and how miserable he was?
What's up with that? I mean, you're with Jennifer Lopez, arguably one of the most beautiful women in the world, dude. Are you kidding me? Smile.
Here's what's up with that. He's not drinking, or so he says. And again, I'm just going based on all the crap I read on the internet. So here's
I read it in the magazine. I read it in the Star, and I was in the grocery line. Check out. It must be true. I thought.
Oh my gosh. So here he is not able to drink in front of her, and everybody else is drinking. Did you know, like, he was sweating? And at one point they got into an argument when they didn't realize the cameras were on them.
Yeah, and then she smiled. I saw that.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun to watch just the train wreck stuff. And then I appreciated Taylor Swift standing up when Harry Styles was accepting for Album of the Year, and Beyonce fans were like heckling and booing. This similar to what happened when Kanye came up on stage and heckled Taylor Swift during her win. We all remember that.
That was so stupid.
Oh God, Kanye, don't even. So Taylor just stood up, who knows, to try to silence the Beyonce fans. I don't know. But people, when can we just appreciate when somebody else is winning something and being recognized for something and just let them have that moment? Like, is there anything wrong with that? Beyonce won an award and became the most winningest Grammy winner ever. So come on.
Nah. You know, I'm not a big Bey fan. I'm not a big Beyonce person, but I will say this, and then I'll go back to Taylor Swift for a second. But after seeing all that craziness, and I didn't watch much of it, but my mom, and I'm up in northern Wisconsin right now, I come up here and I look after mom and I take her shopping and we do all sorts of stuff. Something happened to us shopping that is going to make you laugh, made me very uncomfortable. Talk about that in a second. But she saw the performance of Sam Smith.
Oh.
And she's like, what in the hell is that? They're devil worshiping. That's the devil. I'm like, well, Mom, the song's unholy.
And they were wearing red, and
I don't get it. And hey, man, art and music, it's all subjective. I get it. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Much like I live my life. You do your shit over here. I'll do my shit over here. If we don't agree on it, we'll agree on something. So,
yeah.
Whatever. But I will say this for Taylor is, didn't she and little Harry Styles have a little thing going on there for a while? They dated.
Did they? See, I can't keep track of all this.
Yeah,
who
they
did
dated.
Taylor
She was. Yeah, I don't. Who's the stylist for these guys? What's up with Madonna? What happened to her? Whose face is that?
Oh my gosh! What? And same thing with Shania Twain. It's like, girl, what did you do to yourself?
Yeah, Shania Twain. Have you watched the Shania Twain special?
I did.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty spectacular. I had a chance to kind of get to know her a little bit. And she, although is a force now, she wasn't always that way. When she was quiet when she was coming up. And by the time she got to meet us in Chicago, she was just, she was lovely and cool because we would talk about fishing. Shania and I would talk about fishing and how to cook walleye, and she's a spectacular woman. Do you know that in the Shania Twain video that she did in Chicago, what was called Up, live from Chicago in Grant Park?
Okay.
If you watch that video, it was in 2005, and if you watch the video, three little girls get up on stage and they sing. What song is it? I can't remember if it was Any Man of Mine or, but that's my daughter.
Get out.
She loved my daughter. And she's like, and the way she would say her name was just because she has that Canadian accent. And she's like, Cheyenne, I would really like you to be on stage with me in Chicago. And Cheyenne did not want to do it. Shania had to talk her into it.
Whoa.
Yeah, but she's so cool. But I agree. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I think it goes back to what you said earlier, is that people, especially women, you get a little bit concerned about what you look like. You get a little work done. Sometimes it gets to be a little much. And everybody does what they want to do. If it makes you feel better and it empowers you, I'm cool with that.
You know what they need to find? They need to find the people that do Jane Fonda's work. Whoa. So
well, there's a difference in the way that work gets done, and you know that because you had that droopy eye thing going on there for a while.
It's still kind of not. That was nerve damage. I found out. So anyway,
if you start drooling, I'm just gonna.
So anyway, yeah, I wish that they wouldn't change their face so much that it doesn't even look like them anymore. I wish that they would just embrace a little bit of the aging as natural, but that's pretty tough to do. It's pretty tough to get just a little bit of work done. But whoever Jane Fonda has doing her work, and Lily Tomlin, I don't know if you ever watched Grace and Frankie.
Oh yeah, Frankie, I love it.
Great show. They look amazing. They look so good. Clearly they've had work done, but it's work well done.
Who do you think is doing Luke Combs' work?
Luke Combs. What is he, like 20 something? Late 20s? He looked good.
I don't know.
He looked like a deer in headlights in front of that Grammy crowd.
Oh. He looks so scared, and the guy's he's talented and he's a singer and he's a songwriter and that song
Going Gone.
Oh, I love that song. And country music, I've been kind of out on country music, but it's coming around, man. It's getting really, really good. And
I know my country.
What's that?
I know my country.
I
See, I
know
knew
you
that
do.
song. Going,
Yeah.
going, gone. Uh-huh.
But but he said last year was maybe it was last year. Last year he was at the Grammys, and I think he was up for Best New Artist. They wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him use the bathroom because he didn't look like a star. He didn't have his lanyard. And he said, "Hey man, I'm not wearing my lanyard because I don't want to mess up this groove. I don't want to mess up this look." So he had to yell over to somebody from his team to get him a pass and say, "Yeah, he can use the bathroom."
Wow.
But but
Some
that
of the artists seem to not fit in with that Grammy crowd, but maybe that'll change.
and that's the thing. I will say
Unless
this.
it's a
I
Kelsey
often watch
Ballerini or somebody like that.
I often watch the CMAs and I see how inclusive they try to be, and they always try to bring in like sometimes R&B and hip hop stars, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I did dig that Chris Stapleton was up there playing with Stevie Wonder
And Smokey
because
Robinson. Yeah.
Chris Stapleton has got that R&B groove thing going on. And I will say one other thing about the Grammys before I get to the story about the grocery store.
I got to hear this.
But I think Eminem should have been included in that.
I agree 100%. It was like, why was he not?
You know, I get it. And even LL said, look at me, LL, you know, me and LL.
Jay.
We're on a two letter basis, LL. You know, but he said we can't fit anybody in, but you name me somebody other than Dr. Dre that's done as much for that movement as Eminem.
Yeah.
You know, other than Biggie and Tupac and guys like that. But yeah, he should have been included. So
anyway, okay, so you and your mom are at the grocery store. Your mom is how old?
She's 90.
It's that
she's
good
90 and
there, that good Wisconsin living.
She's 90, and my oldest sister, who is considerably older than me, she told me, she goes, "Mom's gonna outlive me," and I'm like, "Oh no, she will." My mom gets around like, I mean, she grabs her ski poles, walks around in the snow like there's nothing to it. I mean, and I always tell her, I'm like, whatever you do, don't lose one of those hips, because one of those hips comes, and then I'm gonna have to put you down. But yesterday we're at the Pick and Save, and she goes shopping. I think she's not like you or Gina or your basic everyday, you know, woman that's younger that makes a list and goes, so you don't have to go to the grocery store, but maybe once a week. Not my mom. See, going to the store for my mom is something to do.
It's socializing.
She needs something to do. So I told her, I said, "Mom, you don't have to always just go to this. I got to go to the store because I want to make you a pizza and I need to get some cheese." I go, "Well, why don't we make a list, and you can get a list, and then you have everything you need for a week instead of going to the store today, tomorrow, and the next day because you want to see the butcher." She thinks the butcher's got a crush on her.
Aww.
And the butcher's 40 years younger than she is.
She thinks the butcher has a crush on her instead of her having a crush on the butcher.
Yeah, no, he's okay as long as he doesn't put anything in the hamburger. But so we go to the Pick and Save, and that's over in Eagle River. That's a drive.
Oh,
that's different. That's different than the town we're in. You see, we're in Saint Germain, so we're not going to the Super Value or the Red Owl or whatever. We're going over to the Pick and Save in we're going to the big city.
The Loaf and Jug. That's what we have here. The Loaf and Jug.
Nice. So I take her, put her in the Ford truck, and we saddle up, and we go shopping, and she just grabs stuff and throws it in the cart. I'm like, "Mom, do you really need that?" Because if you open up her refrigerator, you're taking your life in your hands. I'm telling you, people have broken their toes with the shit that falls out. I've got a turkey that she has in my freezer. I've had it in here for 6 months. I don't know why I have a turkey. I just needed it. I needed the turkey. So we're shopping, and she's throwing everything in the cart, and I'm having fun with her because we play around. She can give me shit, and I can give it back. And somebody must have picked up on our little give and take, and they decided that they were going to mess with me. So we're in the frozen meat aisle, and she's picking out her bacon, and I feel this tapping on my leg, and I turn around, and I can't see anybody, and then I look down, and there's a young lady standing there, and she's like, "Want to hang out for a little while?" And I said, I just started laughing. Because she was a little person. She asked me if I wanted to hang out for a little while. And I'm like, "Oh my God, my face is red. It's redder than it is now yesterday." And I'm like, "Well, I've got a girlfriend." And she goes, "You probably just don't like little people."
Oh,
I'm like, now I'm like, oh my God, what in the hell? I'm like, that's not true. My mom is dying. My mom is dying. She's like, you should go out with her. I'm like, Mom, but Gina would kill me and she's gonna kill you.
I'm
So
taken.
what?
I'm taken.
This
I'm sorry.
she was beautiful. She was funny. She was funny. And she knew and I think she must have, somebody was either in that store that knew me that put her up to it. And
Yeah.
I know that's probably what happened. But she had me, there was nothing I could do that could make me fun or funny. I was totally off guard. And I was in a place that I'm not used to, man. I was not in control because I did not want to do anything to offend, because I kept waiting for somebody to come out with a camera, you know?
Right.
And I'm looking around. I'm waiting for Johnny Knoxville to show up. You know, I'm doing this. So that was my moment at the Pick and Save. It was one of the funniest. It has to be up there with the funniest 5 things that's happened in my lifetime.
Oh,
and
my
I have
God.
a friend. I have a friend who is, I believe he's the president of the Hammond Chamber of Commerce in Hammond, Indiana. His name's Jeff Williams, and he is a midget. And that's not my term for him.
I was going to say,
That's what he calls.
Can you say?
That's what he calls himself.
Okay.
He calls himself a midget because he tells some stories on the radio, and he makes me laugh. And he has what's known as dwarfism, which I'm told that little people like to be referred to either as a little person or a dwarf. And I don't, if that's wrong, that's because I didn't know how to handle the situation. So I kind of looked it up, and I thought, well, I don't know what to say, but I think I'm going to go back there today and see I'm going to go back there today and see if I can find her.
Say, hey, I'm going to take you up on that.
That was just a little joke.
Oh my gosh.
That was almost as funny as going through the.
It's not often that somebody can leave you speechless where you don't know what to say and you don't know how to come back.
I didn't know what I didn't.
And your mom egging her on. Go out with her. Come on. What's the matter with you? You take her on a nice date. Maybe
I have a girlfriend. I'm trying to be a better guy than I've been in the past. Help me be there. Help me get to be that guy. All right. And that was almost as fun as going through the self-checkout aisle with my mother. Oh my God. I don't want to do this. I don't know how to do this. I don't want to do this. Now you got to make sure you put my phone number in there because I get my coupons and I got to get my coupons. So I saved my money. Last time we didn't use them, I didn't get my money. I'm like, go wait in the truck. It was like that. It was like that Hardy Lainey Wilson song. Wait in the truck. Just wait in the truck. So that's part of my life up here. This can only happen to a guy like me in a place like this.
At the Pick and Save. Yep, in Wisconsin.
Over in the big town of Eagle River.
Gotta love it.
Uh-huh.
Yeehaw.
All right. Well, pardon me?
How long are you up there?
Oh, I have to be back. I'm going to be at the Chicago Auto Show this Saturday and then the following Saturday because I'm the new host of Drive Chicago.
Nice.
Heard Saturday mornings on WLS. I do it with Jim O'Brill and Mark Bielik, 2 guys that are really, really smart when it comes to automobiles, both stuff that's really, really fancy and then stuff that the regular everyday consumer can afford, like you and me. And so we're going to be down at the auto show, but I come up here to make sure she's okay. And I'm not going to lie, I've been riding some snowmobiles.
Nice. Do it while you can.
It's nice enough today that I'll be able to take. I've got a snowmobile that she can sit in. She can sit next to me in. It's called a side. It's an old Skidoo Elite.
Oh, and, no kidding! Like a sidecar motorcycle?
No, I'll try to post up a picture of this when we post this. But okay. When my dad got Alzheimer's and he was the guy that introduced me to snowmobiling. I wanted to be able to still take him out on it. So in the winter, when it was nice, like today, it's in the 30s and it's warm enough, I would take him for a ride and he would just laugh. And I don't think he knew his name or where he was, but he knew he was having fun.
Yeah.
And so, because I always did that with him, I'd put him in I've got a UTV, a 4-seat UTV, and I would put him in that and take him out on the trails, and we would go 100 miles an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I think I was trying to scare the Alzheimer's out of him.
Oh my God.
But he always, that's the look he had. And he would always, and he would just hang on. He would just hang on, and he would just go, oh boy, this is fast. And that was my way of keeping, he had a Lincoln, they have a little Lincoln car, a little Lincoln MKZ, which was the last new car he ever purchased. And I would put him in that car, and we would go down Highway 70, and I would go, how fast you want to go? Let's go fast. He'd say, we go 100 miles an hour down Highway 70.
Nice.
Yep, just to make him live.
Gotta love it. Yep.
He lived till he died. He might not have known who I was, but we had fun.
That's all that matters. Good for you.
Okay. So what did we learn today? We learned today that, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take a compliment.
Yes, correct.
You're a beautiful woman. Don't be afraid to date younger guys because you have a lot to offer. We learned that the Grammys are.
I mean, there's good and bad, but it's mostly just pretentious people that,
We learned to get proper, fillers and Botox if that's your thing.
Find Jane Fonda's person.
We learned that, even though some of us are very confident as we go through life and like to have fun, we can still be put back on our heels every now and then.
Yes. I want to meet that woman. If you ever see her again, give me her number. I want to meet her.
Go back there today. You know what? I'm going to go back, see if I can find her, and I'll do a video, because that's the other side to this story. Video or it didn't happen, right? Well, what am I going to do? Hold on, I want to get a picture with you. My friends aren't going to believe this.
Right. Right. Because
I haven't told anybody. Listen,
insulting.
I didn't tell anybody this story. I didn't tell Gina because she'll just think I'm she'll just be like, shut up. And so I didn't even want to go through that. I left it for you, my radio / webcast wife. That's where I'm leaving it. And I'm working on some radio stuff for us too.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Get to work,
all right, baby.
Get to work. As long as I can stay in my Montana home. I need to be in the mountains.
But before we go, I know you've got something coming up in Chicago too.
Oh yeah. I am going to be at Madame Zuzu's with my friend Jen Weigel. Let me double check the date. On February 19th, Sunday, from 4:30 to 6. And we're not going to really get into anything too serious, but I'm going to talk a little bit about just the whole healing journey. A lot of people are going through autoimmune issues and stuff, and I've learned so much that I just want to kind of be a resource for people on just getting them on their way. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. And then a little bit of my faith journey, because it's called the Spiritual Social Club that Jen Weigel does. So yeah, we're just going to chat for an hour and a half. And
I've never met her, and I admire her. And I've been to that Madame Zuzu's place for a small show before. I believe the woman and the guy, Billy Corgan's girl.
Billy,
right?
yeah, Billy Corgan owns it. Yep.
Right,
yep.
Cool. Well, he'll be the second biggest star if you're there.
Hilarious.
All right, kiddo.
Hilarious.
I'm going to the pick and save.
All right. I hope you run into your friend. Did you get her name? What?
No.
Ask her name. I know. I'm sure you two just shocked and stuff.
I did get her name. It was Michelle, but she says it's Shell for short. Whatever.
For short.
See you later. Talked about this enough.
We are not okay. Bye.